Looks like people are getting actively turned away. That's a great sign. There's no sense of urgency going on here. Okay everyone, welcome to a very busy DRAYTON Manor resort. There's a man with a bubble gun.
Hey folks, come on in, get some bananas!
Brilliant. That's made me day already, that. I'm going to head straight for the wave, so that's going to get a queue. So yeah, I've not been to DRAYTON Manor for years. It was under its old ownership last time I was here, old logo, and they still had thrill rides. Now they only have 2 rides that I would consider to be thrill rides. Apocalypse, the Intamin Giant Drop, has left the park. So has G-Force many years ago, so definitely very different, but a lot of creds to get, including this one. The Intamin stand-up that's been converted to a sit-down coaster with horrible trains, presumably. Looks like it's going to be staggered openings, so I don't know how long we're going to have to stand out the front, but we'll see. Looks like people are getting actively turned away. Yeah, he's saying it won't be open on time. The station looks really good though. There's the River Rapids opening at 12 PM. And it doesn't look like we're going to be having any Stormforce 10 today either, based on that sign out the front. But we will see. Yeah, not a great start so far. There's Air Race. Big arcade there. Gotta go around the lake here. It's weird, I got so many vague memories of this place, but it's so different. There's Accelerator, family boomerang as well. Don't think I've got that cred, but that ride was here when I was here, but I don't think I was doing any coasters back then. I was quite young, so I feel like if I had that cred I'd probably remember it. So here's a new themed area for last year. Frontier Falls. Some music that isn't exactly themed to the attraction. Yeah, there's Accelerator that they've tried to desperately theme in, but it really needs a repaint. It's not happening really, is it? Where is the entrance to this ride? Is it there? I see a sign outside. Gold Rush not opening until late. It's not looking good. What's the point of opening a park if you've got no rides operating? It's a bit strange. Looks like Accelerator might be on. Yeah, why not? Not done one of these family boomerangs since I was Emerald Park. This one isn't quite as nicely themed, but of course used to be Ben 10 Ultimate Mission. I don't think it was Ben 10 Ultimate Mission when I came here, but it might have been. I actually can't remember what year I came here. 2010s, that's all I know. And I don't know when it changed over to Accelerator. There's some bits in the queue. And a lot of vandalism. 15-minute wait, looks like. Could be worse.
To all guests who are about to ride Accelerator, please ensure you remove all hats, bags and glasses and place them in the green storage units on the exit platform. That is all hats, all bags and all glasses if you're currently about to board. please remove these right now and nominate one member of your group to carry them across the train. Once you're in your seat, please pull your lap bar down towards you.
Sound effects cool at the top of the spike as well. Quite enjoyed that. I think it's my second one of those I've ever done. I did the one at Emerald Park, like I mentioned before. I think they're decent little family rides, those. I'd actually like to see Blackpool Pleasure Beach get one, but that's under the condition that they also get an STC, because I really want to see an STC somewhere in Great Britain. And I feel like it'd be pretty perfect for Blackpool, to be honest, because it's a ride type that you don't really see too often, although for GPs they probably wouldn't be able to distinguish between an STC and an SLC, so maybe it wouldn't be the best idea. Well, there goes Accelerator. Okay, we're 25 minutes into the day and I've got a coaster down, so not too bad going for a busy day here at Drayton Manor. I'm going to go look at Maelstrom now, but I would imagine it's got a huge queue because it's right near the entrance. And I would assume that people are probably still piling in their hundreds around here, so... But I do want to do this at some point today, so... I don't know if it's one of the rides that's open till 6, I'm not entirely sure, I need to Google it, but... If it is, then that's great. But I doubt it. I bet it's just like Accelerator and Gold Rush, if I had to make an assumption. Neptune's Amusements. It's quite big in there. One fitted World of Toys outside as well. Yeah, it's still so busy by this gate. I'm going to queue up for Maelstrom, I think. Looks like a good flat. Looking forward to this. I've been informed that it's pretty good, so I want to get a little taste of what we might have at Pleasure Beach. Obviously, their Intamin Gyro swing is going to be double the size of this, but in fact more than double, as far as I know. There you go, entrance. The queue ain't out the gate just yet, so can't be too bad. I like that sign. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's like two or three cycles, if that. Probably doesn't get that much of a queue because most of the people here are kids.
He's there.
Yeah, that's 3 cycles, I'd say, that queue. There you go, 45 minutes from this point and it's nowhere near here, so can't be too bad. Storm warning. There is little elements of theming around here. I'm quite impressed for a park that's had financial trouble, obviously under its old ownership. God, I feel like this cow pen's never going to end. Backwards and forwards. I want them to get the wave open though. It sounds like it's going to open at some point today, but I guess they just haven't tested it. Well, that was an amazing flat ride. I really enjoyed that. My first Intamin gyro swing experience right there. Definitely a short cycle, but to be honest, that's perfectly acceptable for a family theme park. I'm just glad that they've kept a thrill ride. Well, they've kept a couple of thrill rides. Of course, you've got Maelstrom and the Wave, the two rides that I would consider to be true thrill rides anyway. I'm going to go and head over somewhere else now and see what's actually open, because I'm not too sure. I don't think there's any more coasters open yet. I think it's just Accelerator and presumably Troublesome Trucks that's open, so neither of which I'm interested in, considering I just did Accelerator and I'm not 3, so I might go and look into Gold Rush and see if that's anywhere near opening yet, but I doubt it will be. I don't know which way the Viking themed area is, but I wouldn't mind going over there and seeing what's occurring. I can see the Viking area over there. If Gold Rush isn't open, then I'll certainly head there next. Gold Rush is still closed, so to Vikings it is. Look at that little skyline shot there with the Drayton Manor photo op frame. That's nice, isn't it? It's a nice park to walk around and see all the things. I don't know why they're playing like pop music down the speakers when it's a theme park by its very nature, but there we are. It's like stepping into a different park, this. There's actually a little bit of effort that's gone in around here. Of course, this is one of Looping's many large investments. One of the better entrances for a Zamperla disco. I've never done one of the discos with the hump in the middle before. Of course, there is one at Chessington. I don't know if it got removed or relocated or something. I'm not really up to scratch on what's going on with Chessington at the moment. I just know that they've got everything closed, but I will be going there in a couple of weeks' time, so stay tuned for that. Not sure why that sits empty for quite as long as it does, but they were doing a similar thing with the gyro swing, so must be just a Drayton Manor thing.
She doesn't want to. She just like we've seen her when she went for a while. Yeah. I actually think she does it just to be annoying. Yeah. No, it was awful. You know Piper's Heights, you know the way you're right beside the bus stop, like it's a big time to get any easier access to that. She's dead to me alright, because her really sore all the time. She's not really. Yeah. She's not used to it. Serrata's really irritated at her. See, when she's at home, she sits and lays down and she doesn't drink.
Now leaving Luna Park, Coney Island. Sorry, no, I mean the Vikings themed area here at Drayton Manor, which is obviously full of Zamperla rides. Oh gosh, bleak options here now. There is an air race somewhere. I'm going to track that down. I think it's over there. Wouldn't mind giving that a go. But yeah, this is pretty poor. Pretty poor. Not a lot of movement going on here at Gold Rush. I'd be tempted to say I don't think they're even trying to open this at the moment, which I think is crazy. It's the flagship ride of the park. It's new, but not brand new. They've had plenty of time to work out any issues that it has. But there's absolutely nothing happening. Like, there's just not even an attempt to get it open. I can't hear any noise. There's been no tests. So, and the situation seems pretty similar with the Wave. The train's currently just stuck on the lift hill doing nothing. So, time is past 12 o'clock now, I think. So, yeah, 20 past 12. So don't know what this is all about, like, but I'm not particularly pleased as a paying visitor. I'm not a pass holder. It's yeah, really disappointing. I'll definitely be trying to get my money back if these don't open today. So the main downshoot on Stormforce 10 has water in it, so maybe Stormforce 10 is the only good ride that we'll be getting on today, other than of course Maelstrom, which was fantastic, and I'll probably be re-riding that at some point today, considering the bleak offering that they have. The entertainment seems like it's trying to account for the fact that there's literally just nothing to do for like anybody over the age of 3. It's just crazy. Can't believe the 2 flagship rides aren't open. What am I doing here? Oh, look at that. Old Drayton Manor logo. That's cool. Stormforce looks to be testing, but I don't want to do Stormforce like now because I'll be wet for the rest of the day. It's a little miniature railway. Looks like he's waiting to dispatch it as soon as I cross the road. Hey up, I think the train's moved on the wave. It looks like it has anyway. I think it's actually in the station, which I would assume means it's tested. I haven't seen it, but don't know. Might hang out here for a minute just to see. I'm going on the river rapids because it's like the only thing worth doing here. I think the wave's tested, so hopefully whilst I'm here it'll test again. Cool view that. 30-minute wait.
It just goes
That's a great sign. A light sprinkling was received there on the Adventure Cove River Rapids. Nice little rapids ride, very tame, very family rapids. A little shooting gallery here. I feel like this would suit more the western themed area, Frontier Falls, rather than being here, but hey, what do I know? So yeah, the wave did test twice and not since, so I'm not really too sure whether it would be worth hanging around or what, to be honest. But the fact that it's testing is a positive sign. Glad to see that Stormforce has opened. All downshoots have water in and there is a queue forming, so... Oh no, it hasn't opened, but it looks like it's about to open, potentially. I don't see why they wouldn't be sending people away if it wasn't, so... Who knows? There's the air race. I might do the air race, actually, before anything else. See what the queue is for it. If it's even up. Yeah, it's up. Yeah, let's do the air race, another Zamperla ride here at Drayton Manor. Where is the entrance? It's got to be that, hasn't it? The view of the wave station there too. So if it does test, we should know about it. I do without this queue being fully enclosed in a bloody Anderson shelter though. I just can't really see the wave. One person on the straights. And he desperately needs a coffee. Just look at the speed on this. spare seat there I could have had. There's no sense of urgency going on here. Nah, it's alright, I'll check your restraints next week, mate. It's alright. Just done air race and the wave's open, so straight on. No messing about. And the music's epic actually. No queue jumping. Can't wait. Well, that was a fascinating experience. Really, really uncomfortable when it goes through the corkscrew. Really hurts your legs, that lap bar, but yeah, I found it surprisingly smooth other than that. But yeah, something's wrong about that, and that train, they really struggle to dispatch it with any level of efficiency, so to be honest, I think this is probably a downgrade, but I've heard that they're more comfortable than the stand-up trains, so there we go. But yeah, I'm glad I did that. That's probably the longest I've waited for a ride all season so far. It's just over an hour. But it's worth it to experience something a little bit more unique. Stormforce, not Stormforce, Gold Rush also appears to have finally opened, so I'm going to head over there and give that my first go. I'm only going to get cycle 2 today because it's well past 2 o'clock now. But as long as I get it, it's half a cred anyway. Technically a full cred, it does do the full layout, so. Finally leaving Adventure Cove after what feels like an eternity. Place your bets now, how long am I going to be waiting for this? I'm going to say this is another over an hour venture that I'm about to do. And I am eagerly anticipating it. And back into Frontier Falls. Love a good western themed area. Although this one is tiny, but I'm going to be in a much better western themed area soon. So stay tuned for that. Some of you might be able to guess exactly where I'm going. Just based off of that and my recent post, because there is a specific emoji on there that might allude to the location. Straight on to Gold Rush. Intamin family lift and launch roller coaster. Theming. This is cool. This must also be the exit, unless people have just been EFAC'd or something. Bloody well hope not. Enjoying the music. It is going. There she is, there's the train. What setting do we have? I think it should be the one where it goes backwards. Straight over. Okay. Let's experience it. As far as family coasters go, it looks really fun. Look at that train. This is cool. Oh wow, you can hear the launch announcements in the launch building there. So it launches you backwards out of that building. Oh, walking into a fence. Looks like this is where we join the queue. That was a great family coaster, really enjoyed that. Some little pots of airtime, especially on the backwards section where you can't really anticipate it. You get some really good little bits of floater, so can't argue with that. I'm gonna head towards Stormforce 10 now, I think, because that's probably the last ride that actually interests me. It is 4:10, so technically I got 2 hours left. I'll see if I want to do anything after Stormforce, but I'm not sure what the queue is, to be honest. So I did just wait a little bit longer than I probably should have done for Gold Rush, because there was a medical incident in the station, so it did take in excess of an hour, that queue. But obviously that's not something that the park can help, so it's okay. there's some ducks there. So there we go. Yeah, let's do Stormforce and see how wet we get. Now, I think this is the same manufacturer as the Lost River ride at Flamingo Land, and I can't remember what it was. But yeah, RIP to the Lost River ride. A very sad loss. Of course, they've still got it, but they've shortened the drop considerably. And it's still yet to reopen. It's been under construction for years now. So who knows when or if that'll reopen. Let's go and look at this Stormforce queue. I bet it's out the door, I can guarantee it. But yeah, what's interesting about this compared to the Lost River ride is that this has turntables and multiple drops, so it's definitely of interest. Be prepared to get very wet. Very quiet in this queue. Look at the theming. Not terrible. I might stick a poncho on whilst I'm here because I don't think there's going to be much waiting involved. I don't know how nervous I should be about this. What a weird entrance. Looks like this is where we join the queue. Got plenty of boats on, so I don't see it being too long. Yeah, 15 minutes from this point. Cool. Looks wet. Didn't do too badly at all there on Stormforce. I was mid-boat and obviously had a poncho on. Trusty Pleasure Beach poncho, reusable. Not sponsored, but yeah, pretty dry. Pretty much just me chest and me bum, to be honest. As far as the ride goes, if anyone doesn't want spoilers about this ride, skip a few seconds. But basically, when you first go in there, it like tips you down, and it actually shuts the door over you so that the riders behind you can't see. That's kind of like a little surprise element, which is quite funny. And then of course you got to drop out the station, which gets you a little bit wet. Backwards drop after the first turntable, which probably gets you the most wet out of all of them, to be honest, if you're in the middle of the boat, that is. And then a large forwards drop, which I would assume gets you soaked if you're in the front, but really didn't do too much to any of us in the middle or the back. So that's probably the only reason I survived quite so well as I did. But yeah, I think I'm going to end my day with a ride on Maelstrom, and then park's going to close it pretty soon. So, well then, that concludes my day here at Drayton Manor Resort. To be honest, overall I enjoyed it. I don't think it was a terrible day. I'm not going to give a laundry list of the issues that I found throughout my visit today, because there are a lot of them, and I just don't think that there's a place for all the negativity on this channel. I don't want it to be a moaning channel, and I'm afraid of it turning into that if I go on for too long. But you know, the core of it is the operations here are not as good as they need to be, and they are lacking in the thrill rides, of course, that they used to have. And I think that's really a big loss to the park, because the most successful parks are the ones that are really good at providing both thrill and family attractions. And it's something that Drayton Manor seems to be kind of coming away from and neglecting to an extent, which is a little bit sad, to be honest. But they do still have some decent attractions, including, of course, Maelstrom, which is probably my favourite ride on park, which is the Intamin Gyro Swing. And of course you've got Stormforce 10, which really impressed me, with just how advanced of a ride it is, especially for its age. So yeah, I'm not leaving the park today with you know, a terrible impression. I'm actually really optimistic for this park. I think they've done a lot of great stuff in terms of new rides, new themed areas under their new ownership. But I think the thing that they really need to focus on now that they've got a, you know, a reasonably solid ride lineup, is operational efficiencies, and retention of staff seems to be a problem. So they don't seem to have enough staff on all of the rides, and where they do, the staff seems quite poorly trained. And I don't like saying that because it's kind of a touchy subject, but all the staff here, you can tell they're very young. There is, you know, it's, of course, it's a seasonal job, so there's a lot of, you know, 16-year-olds fresh out of school, and that seems to be the majority of the people running the, especially the smaller rides, the flat rides, and they just seem so out of it and so unmotivated, and you can see it slowing down the throughputs of the rides, and yeah, I think that's detrimental to the guest experience, and it's really not a good impression for people. That's really the main issue that I've found today. Staggered openings, yes, I expect those from a park like this. No, I don't think that after 12 o'clock is an acceptable time to open the flagship rides, but they've obviously had problems. You know, stuff happens, doesn't it? That can be overlooked. And to be honest, I got everything done that I really wanted to do. The Wave and Gold Rush, of course, being the two big ones, and I found that they're not actually my favourite rides on park. So I preferred Maelstrom quite considerably more, and Stormforce 10 as well, to be honest. I was quite impressed by both of those rides. I'd really like to see Stormforce 10 have a big refurb, because it's showing its age considerably. It looks really tired now. It's working fine though. It seems pretty, I wouldn't call it reliable, but it seems pretty okay in terms of reliability. I really enjoyed that ride actually, and I feel like the UK is really lacking in water rides, especially good water rides with sort of advanced features like that, like turntables and special theming items and set pieces and things like that. Of course, the only sort of equivalent thing that we have is Valhalla, which is obviously, you know, a step up from Stormforce 10 naturally, but it's a, you know, it's a similar style of ride, just happens to be in a building with some fire effects effectively. So but yeah, that kind of concludes my breakdown from my day here at Drayton Manor Resort. Pretty happy, got everything done that I needed to do, and I can go home with a smile on my face. I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. I hope I didn't moan too much. I know there probably isn't as much footage from this one because it was a little bit rushed today to try and get things done. It is busy today. It's Sunday. It's the start of the summer holidays. The park's pretty much full, but that's okay. I knew what to expect today, and I don't think that it was a terrible day. Thank you guys for watching. Plenty of great vlogs coming up in the future on this channel. I am going down south to Chessington World of Adventures and Thorpe Park pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. And in September I have something pretty big which I've alluded to, that I really am very excited to share with you all. But until then, goodbye.